Perfect. That Loom recording is going now as well. If you have any specific topics you want me to go over or any specific questions you have, just let them know in the chat. I've got a couple of specific topics I want to go over. I want to go over like listicles and editorials. I want to go over like how smaller tests are usually the best way to go. And just some other topics as well from like best practices that I've seen the last couple of times. Obviously, the challenge with Jacob. Probably a lot of guys have questions about that as well. So a couple of topics I have to want to go through. If you have topics, questions, once again, just let them know in the chat. And yeah, of course. And as well as if you have any stores that you want me to go through, any questions you have regarding a store, just leave it in the chat as well, and I'll go through it as well. I'm gonna wait like 10, 20 more seconds, just a couple of more seconds, and then I'm gonna go into it. Obviously, when it comes to the challenge with Jacob, I cannot share too much about the brand, the industry, all these things because he's very like much protective of that. So I'm gonna respect him on that and like obviously not share everything. However, I'm gonna share a lot of topics on like what I saw that worked and just some like common pitfalls that I noticed as well while working with Jacob on that project as well. A funny thing on that challenge, by the way, is like I even had people come up to me like basically telling me that I like paid Jacob to post that tweet. It's funny like how people like make up a mind when like something like that happens. Trust me, I tried to work for free for Jacob since like November, October last year, and he wouldn't even let me like work for free. So it's always funny to see how that like full circle moment comes about. Um, but yeah, Jacob is a very good guy, very good brand, very knows his shit. So very interesting of there, of course. I gave it a couple of seconds. So this is so weird, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like usually I'm used to having calls with someone talking back to me. This is the first time I'm doing a group call by myself. So like don't mind me there. It's like I'm talking to myself to a wall right now. So like it's so weird. Um, but yeah, like I'm gonna just get into it. Obviously, I'm just gonna first start off with like Jacob's challenge. Like I went into that right. Like he was like, "Hey, like I want to do like someone having a full PDP revamp, full advertorial, full listicle, all these things." And I saw that tweet, and people were sending me that tweet, and I reached out to Jacob. I was like, "I'm down to do this, but we're not doing a full PDP. We're not doing a full listicle. We're going to do it my way." And with my way, I mean like, "Hey, let's just break down everything bit by bit." And just build up that all together and just like basically phase everything out, right? Because I noticed and I told Jacob as well, like a full PDP revamp, a full new listicle, a whole new advertorial, 99% of the times that just completely loses. Like, and there's this like hypothesis I have about this, and it's because like your customer needs multiple touch points to basically buy from your brand, right? So like they see your ad, they come on your website, they look at your website, they don't buy immediately. Maybe they have to think about something, maybe they have to discuss it with a partner, maybe they have to do something else, right? And then they come back. So let's say all of a sudden you launch like a complete new PDP or you're A/B testing a new PDP or whatever, like the look and feel can be completely different. And your customer comes back to that page and it's like, yo, what's this? You know, like am I on the right store? Is this the store that I visited like yesterday? Is this like, the store that I am familiar with, they basically start doubting themselves, right? They start doubting if that was the same store that they already basically visited the day before or the morning or whatever. And that basically makes them not purchase because they're just too doubtful if they are on the same website that they visited before. So like that's what I told Jacob as well, right? Like I told him like, hey, I'm down to do this. We're gonna break this down bit by bit. And it's actually funny because with Jacob's store, it was like a complete clean canvas. It was like he doesn't have a price on his PDP. So like what I mean with that, like a lot of brands, and I think I've been tweeting about it a lot as well. It's like I've got this example site here as well that I can quickly share my screen with as well. Oh, oh, Jesus, it needs to have permission to my system settings. Let's see if I can get this done without having to restart the app. Okay, no, I cannot. So I'm gonna quickly quit and reopen now because otherwise I have to do it later. 1 second, guys. Come on. Dude. Oh my God. There you go. Fucking hell. Where's the, here it is. There we go, guys. So sorry about that. Obviously, Discord always wants to do like 50,000 updates as well. Let me get the chat back up as well here. Oh, there we go. There it is. Awesome. Am I back again? Is like volume working and everything? Perfect. So this is like one of the most common pitfalls I see, right? Like we've got this brand over here. It's just a brand that I sometimes look like. I like how clean it is. I like how it like basically flows. And like one of the common pitfalls I see is like brands not utilizing price here. Like you have a lot of brands that have like their variant selectors, right? They have like buy one get one free, buy two get two free, buy three get three free. So they like that. And it shows the price already in the variant selector. But basically, customers have this psychology of like title, description, price, all the way on top of the page, right? So like a lot of brands don't actually do this, and this is one of the tests that I did with Jacob, which unlocked a significant amount of revenue for him. And as well for other brands, I did this for like 6 other brands as well, and like it's been adding like 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 dollars in revenue a month just by adding this section right here. So like if you don't have this already, it's already a first tip already. Like just please add this because it's just so like it adds so much clarity to your customer, and like I've seen it work like over and over and over again. I've this is one of those tests I've generally never seen fail. Like it never failed for me. It never failed for the brands that we worked with. We work with like I think like 20 brands right now, and I've never feel like never ever have seen this fail. So like this is one of the tests that like definitely include that one right now or after this call if you can. Let's see, title, description, price. Yeah, so like what you want to do, right, is like on your PDP, you want to have like the title, the description, the price, or you can have title, price, and then a shorter description, right? Like you need to play with that a little bit. That's like one of the only things that I noticed. Like the position of the price sometimes can perform better in between the title and the description or below the description. Like there's no real clear winner there, but it's just like that ever so slight extra gain that I see with positioning that. So like that's always a test that I like to do as well. So like definitely it's not set in stone where you want to have it. It's just brand specific of like, hey, just play around with that. Do you code the price to match the selected bundle variant? Yes, I do. Like, so like what I do, right? Like if, let me try to find another, I have so many stores. Duh, 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 duh. Let me do this one, for example. Do they have it? Do they have it? No, they don't. I know they do for sure. Let me see. Yeah. So like what I would do here, right, is add the price in between here. And then like here it says 25.50, 25.50, 51. So like what I would do is like when I press this, I coded that the JavaScript basically selects this price and dynamically updates the pricing up here. Like I always do that. Like you want to make sure that it shows the same price. However, I do notice that if you just set the base price, the cheapest price up here, it sometimes can outperform. I'm not saying always, but it sometimes can outperform the dynamic pricing update. So like that's a fun little test you can run as well, for sure. Let me quickly go to the questions. No, you definitely also still want to show the pricing in the bundle options. But it's just like people are so used to having the price all the way above default that like just adding it up there, it's just like it just converts so much better. Like it generally does. Like I've once again I've never seen it fail. So like you want to have your price in the bundle options, but you also want to have the price above default basically. Um, so if you have your BOGO for 60, would you set that price to 60 or 30? What do you mean with 60 or 30? You mean like $60, $30, or like how would you do that? Because if it's like total price is 60, I would just show the total price 60, and I would probably A/B test also doing a test by showing the price per piece. So like if the total price is 60, I would probably A/B test showing 30 per piece or something like that, right? Like that sometimes outperforms, but then on top of the page, I would show the total price. I would not show like the per piece price above the fold. That's something I definitely wouldn't do. But like I see you typing, so let me know if I completely got it wrong. Um, have you seen better CVR with video or image testimonials? Yeah, like so videos, like this is also just very much in between like you didn't get this from me, but for Jacob, also a test that we ran is adding UGC content, video content as reviews above the fold. So let me try to find a brand as well because Jacob had like a written review and we basically took that out and replaced it with video content, and like that alone, like that I think that was like one of the biggest unlocks for him. I'm trying to find a website that a brand that's doing this. Yeah, so I found here this brand. Let me show this. So this one right here, right? Like Purewell has written reviews here. So what I noticed, if like Purewell, for example, would replace these with like these video sliders, like this video UGC content, probably will outperform because like people see your customer sees actual people that use the product instead of a written set this that could have been faked, right? Like people like customers are so sensitive to like seeing real stuff that they want to see video material. Even with AI, like older people don't realize how good AI is. So like even if it's AI reviews, they outperform because like once again we're humans, right? If we see other humans talk about a product that we're interested in, we're going to buy it. If I see a written review about someone talking about a car that I want to buy, I'm going to be like, yeah, nice, but like it gives me no clue. If I see someone actually walking around the car talking about the car and talking about it, how it feels, like I can already envision myself buying the car, like driving the car. It's the same with products, right? It's the same for Purewell as well. If they have someone that just talks about the product and what it did for them, and you see a human with the product in their hands actually talking about it in video format, it just like makes your customer relate to that person in that UGC video. And one thing that I really like to do as well is make sure that you use people that fit your target demographic. So like if you're selling to like 60-year-old plus males, like don't include 40-year-olds or 30-year-old women. Like that's just not going to work, right? Like so you want to emphasize, you want to make sure that like the people in the video actually fit your target demographic as well. That's a fun one, Cam. So, what do you usually see on tests on vertical or horizontal positioning? I've seen stacking them. Oh, I'm still sharing my screen. Like stacking them like this usually works better because next to each other, like people, yes, they read left to right, but when it comes to selecting variants up like this vertical, it's like way better. Because like it's a natural flow, right? Especially when you're mobile, like it's such a natural flow. You're basically scrolling through options. If you have them side by side, you basically have to like your skimming goes like completely different. So if let me quickly see if I can get this done. Yeah, so like basically I would have to scroll from left to right, right? Like it's not a natural flow of selecting options. So stacking them for me has always worked better. I've tested that a couple of times and I don't do horizontal anymore. I always do vertical by default, to be honest. I think I missed some questions all the way in the beginning as well. Product images plus text on product images. That's actually a fun one. So I noticed, especially in beauty, like we ran a test with a brand that sells collagen masks, and we tested adding a text on there that basically said the fastest blah 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 solution or something like that, right? So when we added that, it literally lifted CVR quite a bit. I'm gonna get the exact results for you so that you know what you can quite kind of expect. But for us and for a lot of brands, when it comes to beauty or health, you can definitely add text on top of an image. Definitely. Let me quickly see. First image test. Where is it? Yeah, so like this one, for example, for this brand specifically, added like almost 5% in conversion rate and 5.3% in revenue just by showing how many items are in one package, for example. And then adding, let me see. Yeah, and then adding a text on the image that says like, hey, we're the fastest solution, also improved conversion rate by 4% and added revenue of 3.5%. So this brand is not really that big, but like those two tests alone added like 25K extra monthly revenue for them. So like definitely if you have some specific USP or some specific angles, definitely add that as a text on your first product image. First start with your first product image and then start optimizing the images afterwards. But because like the first image obviously has the biggest impact, right? Like it's the first thing a customer sees is your first product image. So definitely play around with text on your first image first, and then if that works, start optimizing them one by one or all at once after that. Like you can basically go wild after that. What are the key Jesus, okay? What are the key points of a high converting card? I'm just gonna do it like that. So definitely you wanna, let me see if I can find a good one, because there's like a couple of things that I always like to test when it comes to card. I'm just gonna use this like Batsheet brand again as example. I'm just gonna keep my screen on share, by the way. Otherwise, I'm just starting and stopping the whole time. Let me see. Let me see how this translates to you guys. So, what I always like to do, right? So this right here, okay, not really a big fan of that. Usually what I like to do here is like show the free shipping threshold. So even if you have free shipping worldwide, you can show like, hey, free shipping unlocked, for example. Like that's one of those things that you can always test with. But like what I notice as well is like where the biggest unlocks are down here, like below the checkout. So like for this brand, I would, for example, test this text here says checkout. I would say secure checkout, for example, like A/B test that. This is a really great extra option in here. If the shipping is free, show it above the total. I tested this for multiple brands as well. This works insanely well. Like you just want to like optimize, like you want to show clarity, right? So like people love free shipping. So if you have free shipping, definitely just show it here above the subtotal. One thing that I would do like here as well though for the subtotal, I would probably show like the savings somewhere down here as well, because now it feels like I'm paying 105 euros while I'm saving money basically, and it's not shown anywhere. I'm saving basically like 43 euros, but it's nowhere reconfirmed down here. So that's something that I would show. And then down here, I like that I have the money back guarantee here, but I think this is a little bit too high up. What I usually like to do is like underneath the checkout button, I like to either show the money back guarantee, payment icons, or some reviews. As in like 4.8 out of 5 star out of 10,000 reviews, for example. Those are three options that I always mix and match, and I test them all the time. Like I literally mix money back guarantee with reviews, money back guarantee with payment icons with the reviews. Like you have like so many options. I think it's like 10 different options you can test that I always like to test there. So those are definitely what I noticed the biggest geez, I'm not even going to try it anymore. Those are definitely the biggest points that I always notice with a high converting card. Like it's just like one of those things, right? Like you want to be clear about shipping being free. You want to be clear about the pricing and like what you're saving. You want to be clear about the money back guarantee, payment icons, or Trustpilot reviews or reviews in general. Like those items, especially below the checkout button, are like the most underutilized ones. And every time I tell a brand I want to test it, they're like, I never even thought of that. It's because like people just think the impact isn't that big, but trust me, the impact can be huge when it comes to that. Um, for Jacob's brand, his product page was already converting well. How much of a lift did your pre-landers do? So we didn't do pre-landers for Jacob. Just because I know how good of a pre-landers Jacob already had. And that's what I told Jacob as well. Like, I know you have a good landers. I know your ads are performing extremely well. I just want to make sure that we optimize the PDP because his PDP was, to be honest, like it wasn't optimized. There was nothing done. It was converting well, but I think that mainly had to do with his listicles and advertorials because he still didn't have like the most common CRO tactics, right, on this PDP. So his CVR definitely boosted. His subscription take rate got boosted. I think it went from 78% to 83%, is what he told me. His overall CVR on the store went up as well significantly. So, like, basically everything went up. I don't know about the ad side of things. I didn't ask him. So I cannot answer that, but I know that when it came to CVR, subscription take rate, revenue, and profit, everything went up. So definitely, that's what we did. I didn't touch any pre-landers. Slowly getting into that for him now, as I'm still working with him. But yeah, no, it's just been only PDP, card, and all these things that we focus on. Um, so making those with AI is fine for an older demographic. Yeah, I mean, obviously you want to make sure that it doesn't look too AI-like, but like once again, most older people cannot see the difference between AI and normal people. Even I sometimes cannot see the difference until there's like this very like usually you cannot see it within like let's say the first 3 to 5 seconds, right? You're like, is this AI or not? And then usually that's when most people fuck up because they try to do too much. Like that's what I notice also from scrolling Instagram. Like that's what I notice. Like that's always the point where people start doing too much, which shows that it's AI, and then the biggest drop off happens there. So like you can definitely do it, but don't overdo it. I don't know if you're building PDPs from scratch, but what would be the skeleton structure you're using on cosmetics, beauty, and supplement brand products? It's basically always the same across the board. I don't really have an example now. Let me see if I have it in my Figma board. Um, do I have it in here? Let me see. I don't. But usually, what I just like to do, right, is like obviously you have your um, product images, then you want to have some reviews above the title, then product title, then you want to have like your selectors. Obviously, below your product title, you want to have like price and description and everything that like USPs or something like that. Then your variant selectors, then you add to cart, then I want to have shipping information, payment icons, all these things below the add to cart. Um, if you watch this recording back, you see me going through Figma actually. So like I do have some stuff, but then you want to have your FAQ drop down. Then you want to have like your upsells, and then you want to have like either like some USP videos or stuff like that, basically. So like that's how I would usually structure PDP out to be completely transparent. Yeah, vertical always outperforms, man. Like generally, it's like people don't scroll like we're not in Arabic countries, right? Where they read right to left and like probably like there it's maybe different. I don't know, but for everything else, I never saw it like work. Um, any advice on PDP images. Yeah, so like in my opinion, your first PDP image is always the most important one. Like always. Like it's like scrolling Instagram and like it's a scroll stopper, right? It's like your first PDP needs to be optimized the most. So what I always like to do, and this is like so brand specific, I'm not gonna lie. Um, is you want to test adding text. You want to test doing a lifestyle shot versus a product shot. You want to test adding reviews on the first image, USPs on the first image, all these type of things. Like that's what I usually see. And I would always have what I always like to do as well is like having reviews in your product gallery, like product image gallery. Always have a review image in there or like two of them. Have obviously your main image, have a money back guarantee image in there. That always works very well. If you have some supplements, show ingredients. Yeah, all those things, like just the common things, right? Like I think like if I go to what is it called again? Yeah, here. If I go to Pure Wellness, they do it as well, right? Like they have the main image. Obviously, I would play around with this. I would optimize this a little bit. Then you have like, okay, it talks about like the problem it solves, what it does, what it helps with. Then it talks about, okay, it goes deeper into the USPs. Then the ingredients, like I said. Then this is basically a comparison chart, right? So like I always like to include this as well. Have like a comparison chart, have like something that shows an us versus them, for example, works very well. This is one of those images that works very well as well, especially when you're in supplements. You want to have like people, the LTV is, in my opinion, very important. So you want to have people come back and keep using the product, right? So like you want to show the week by week, basically usage of the product. Um, and you basically want to show like what the effects are from using your product for a longer term basis. So like as well, like it's this image, it also has a different effect because like if I tell you it's going to take 4 weeks to get optimal results, I already know, okay, I'll probably need to buy two, a quantity of two instead of one to get the most optimal results, right? So this image right here works very well. And then like obviously the supplement facts and everything, but like as well, like they're missing a money back guarantee. Let me see if they have, if I have one. I have so many brands. Yeah, okay, we already had Slip. Let me see. They probably have reviews in here. Like this is also very nice always, like showing percentages. Before and afters, if you show like, if you can actually show before and afters, definitely do that as well. Here, more reviews, more reviews. A little bit like of like how to use the product always works very well. And then supplement facts. But like as you can see, like what most of these brands don't do is like showing a money back guarantee. Like that's something that I would definitely test out for a lot of brands, and that's what I always would like suggest having as well, to be honest. Um, Let me see. Yeah, these are very good. Yeah, I think these are very good as well. Oh Jesus, I would definitely the USPs on this brand, for example. Definitely, this is one of the biggest mistakes I see as well. Like doing USP overload on like above the fold, like above the variant selector. Like I see like doing maximum four works better than doing like 8 or 9 or 10 or whatever, because like people are going to basically read the first four and then they're just gonna not read anymore anyway. So that's a quick tip in between, but like, yeah, these product images are very, very solid as well. Actually, never heard of this brand before. Definitely will dive a little bit more into that. Um, yeah, so any other elements on PDP perform well, stuff like us versus competitor graphs, statistics, ingredients. Yeah, so obviously these always work very well, right? Especially us versus them. Like people want to know what makes you different from all the other solutions that are already on the market. So like if you really specify that, like probably they have that as well. I'm gonna assume if they're not, then they're definitely missing out. Oh Jesus, they're missing out. So definitely us versus them works very well. Or they do it here a little bit, like they do it a little bit different. But like us versus them, definitely implement that, test that, play around with that. Statistics, yes, please implement that. Ingredients breakdowns, yes. But if you do ingredient breakdowns, make them actual, like that they teach the customer something, right? Like teach the customer, like, hey, this is what this ingredient actually does, right? You don't just want to show the ingredient, you basically want to let your customer do the research on your PDP so that they don't have to do research anywhere else, so they don't drop off. This is a fun one actually, and I have a very controversial take about this. I also wanted to ask pre-lender PDP card checkout or pre-lender PDP checkout. First of all, you don't always have to run a listicle advertorial. Like this is like such. I think like if there's one test that you want to run, it's doing listicle advertorial versus PDP, right? Like I've seen from data that brands are doing listicles while they don't even have to do it yet. And they're losing like 50%, 60% of their traffic just already on the listicle. They haven't even been able to sell the audience yet, and they already lost 50% of them. Right. So like definitely that's like one of those things. Like if your PDP is already performing, please optimize your PDP first before going into listicles because you're going to lose traffic by a fuckload. But if it's about adding the card in between, yes, something I would test though, but I personally always would include the card step in between. And that's just because, like, once again, it's a natural flow for people, right? And I think another client of ours asked me that as well last week. And I told him as well, like, imagine if you're shopping for something and you press add to cart and you immediately go to checkout. It feels like something sketchy is happening on the background, right? It's like that command prompt that shows up on your Windows PC and you have no fucking idea what it just did. It's the same with going directly to checkout. It's like the customer has no idea what happened in between, right? They could think like, holy shit, did something just get added to my cart that I don't want to have added to the cart, or did something else happen? So like I would always show the cart in between, basically. But like once again, I would definitely test that one out. Um, Let me check this one. Hmm. I actually might know someone that runs a brand like this. Oh, this is just a Resilient knockoff, isn't it? Yeah, but like this, like Resilia, like there's a reason why people are running this setup copied by Resilia because it just performs, right? And like you see this as well, right? Like this is something that like works as well. Like behind the price, when you have the price, show the spring sale and like show like the percentages of savings. But this is a very solid PDP. Like it really is. Only thing, like this is also this videos that I was talking about. Like this works extremely well. And like this, I haven't tested yet. Probably going to test this for someone this week. But like this is, I don't know. I don't know yet about this. Product image wise, this is solid. Us versus them. Formula, again, no money back guarantee. But reviews, like how to use something about the product again, supplement facts, the benefits. Like these are very good images as well. Money back guarantee on the first one. So like definitely this is a very, very, very solid PDP, and I'm actually going to save this right now because I think there's some fun elements on here that everyone can test. For example, this one right here, this can be a fun one. Also, this actually, and this is going to be a fun one. I tested this. Usually this doesn't really perform better. Like for some reason, like people get sketched out when you have this. Um, Also, like this one, this particular one, like don't only available here. No, like don't buy the fakes on Amazon or eBay. Like I noticed by hiding that one, like the CVR just goes up significantly. Like just like that one message, like scares away customers. Like they're like, "Ooh, if there's fakes out there, then this might be a fake too." You know, like I think that's what happens there. So like definitely like be careful with that. If you can test it by not showing this anymore. Like especially that like don't buy fakes on Amazon and eBay. but like test that out because 9 out of 10 times I've seen it actually fail. So yeah, but like the PDP in general is actually pretty solid. Let's see. Once again, like I said, 4 USPs, maximum 4 USPs. What I would do is like make this clickable. Definitely, even if you just have a single SKU store, make your announcement bar clickable, please. Like it's like literally such a simple like test, but it works. Um, Here, like this is actually concerning. Like it doesn't show what you're saving. Um, because it's not really so much more, I guess. But like if you're like have like save more with automatic refills, so show how much more. So like save 20% more, save 10% more, or whatever. I feel like this is now only like what, like 2%, 4% maybe. So like that's probably why they don't show it, but like I would definitely show the percentage in there. Um, but overall, like it's like pretty solid. Let's see what else we got. Would you say a money guarantee is essential? Yes, a money back guarantee is basically essential for like any niche out there, in my opinion. Fashion, supplements, beauty, even electronics, and all these things. The money back guarantee is definitely something that you want to show, like because you want to basically have a risk reversal for people that are like on the fence of buying, but they're not really sure yet, right? So like you want to definitely have something that makes them buy, or like just gives them a guarantee or like a way out if they really want to. And usually people don't really follow through with that money back guarantee as much as they think they would. So like I definitely would show that. And like I would also like if your brand allows it, test out a different money back guarantee threshold: 30-day, 40-day, 60-day, 90-day, or 120 days. Like that's what I always like to do. Sorry, I always do 30, 45, 60, 90, or 120 days. Like those are the guarantees that I always usually run. And like if the brand allows me to test that, that's always what I like to test as well. I think it comes from the fact that with funnelish, etc., you don't have the card. Yeah, true. I think that's something as well. But like definitely, if there's a way, like I would definitely try to get that card in between. Hey Dave, have you had tests for low stock urgency widget? Does it perform well? Yes, but there's like a very big but. Just showing low stock doesn't always work. When you show low stock, you want to show low stock in size X, or like this low stock or that low stock, or you want to show specific like low stocks. Like it's very simple to do with like a quick Claude prompt. Just be like, code me a Shopify liquid code that like shows me a low stock, right? But like you want to show the number. That number can be random, but like definitely show a number. So like a low stock, only two left, something like that. And if you're in fashion or if you have variants or colors or whatever, show that variant. So like say only two left in size M, or only two left in black, or something like that. Like showing that specific variant behind the low stock message, trust me, holy shit, that performed so well for so many brands that we work with. So definitely do that. Are you using this? Selling fast, 12 people looking at this. Personally, haven't tested that one yet. Like, I'm going to be completely honest, haven't done that yet because I always notice that the low stock works better, but sometimes even in stock outperforms the low stock message. It's very funny, but like people knowing that the product is in stock makes them purchase quicker than when something is out of stock or low stock or like stuff like that, right? So like definitely play around with that because I usually have seen in stock outperforming, but like once again, very brand specific, depends on like your customers and everything, but like play around with that. So what I would do is like use that selling fast, 12 people are looking at this, and test it against a low stock, only 12 left in stock, or in stock ships by tomorrow, just something like that, right? What is the best way to show scarcity slash urgency on the PDP? Is the progress bar here with low stock left? Good, let me check. Ooh, this is fun. It's going to be Resilia. Mm. So I've seen this and I don't know what to think about it. I'm going to be completely honest. Like Resilia is turning more and more into in my opinion, dropship store. By the way they're doing stuff, they're heavily testing. Like this for sure works. I know this out of experience. This could work, but like it's clickable, but it doesn't go anywhere. So like you see as well on the bottom left, it says like test scroll. Like it's not even mapped to anything. But like this bar here, I don't know. Like it looks super, in my opinion, it looks a bit sketchy, right? Like people like can think like, hey, like what the fuck? Um, but that being said, it could work. I don't know. Like it doesn't say anything, right? Like maybe if you add like something that actually says low stock, like stock running low, or like stuff like that, or like be quick before next batch is sold out or something like that. But like now it just says 39%, 93% sold out or sold even. Like, yeah, like of what? Like, when will the next batch be here then? Or like, like, so like that's definitely something that you want to keep in mind. And this is actually a funny one. Like this money back guarantee in the add to cart sometimes works better. So like if you haven't tested that one out, test that one. Like it's a fun little test. It sometimes even outperforms having the auto like money back guarantee as like a whole separate section. But like Resilia has been testing a lot the last couple of days actually. I haven't looked at it in a week because I was sick, but looking at it now, like this is new up here. I think they also changed their announcer bar a little bit. This is new. I think this is new too. Like they haven't had this for a long time. Definitely this area here is also some shit is new there. I just don't like the layout on desktop that they've got going on, but yeah, this is way too big. I would show like 3 videos as in total on mobile. But once again, this is a test that I'm definitely going to run this week, so I will get back with the results on that. Like I'm super interested myself now as well. What types of offers do you see convert the best? Um, I see a lot of people running buy one as first option, then buy one get one free. Yes, so that works because no one's going to opt in for the buy one, right? Like who's going to buy a buy one if you have a buy one get one free? It's basically anchoring, right? Like you're anchoring the customer on that buy one. And then if they look one further, it's like, oh, but I can get two for the same price. Like no one is going to buy the buy one, right? And if they do buy the buy one, then like you as like the founder made a little bit of extra profit because like you basically walked away with like a free product, right? As like the founder. But like that's something I would test. Like that's definitely something that I would test that like fits with the customers, works with the brand, works with the customers. Um, so like definitely play around with that, but like that's like majority of the reason that's what that works because it's just anchoring, and it's just as like the founder, you're making a little bit of extra money when people accidentally opt in for the buy one. But like usually I just see like buy one get one free, buy two get two free, or buy two get one free, buy three get two free, or buy three get three free, whatever. Um, those usually work the best. Would you recommend sticky add to cart? Yes. Yeah. Always. But like here's also a fun difference. Like what I always like to do as well. I don't know if Resilia has it. No, Resilia doesn't even have a sticky add to cart. They also don't have a sticky add to cart. No one is running a sticky add to cart anymore, but they definitely work. Ah, here. So yeah. So what they do right is something that I would test as well. So what I would do is have add to cart here or something like that. And then instead of actually making it directly add to cart, make it scroll to top. Like scroll to the quantity selectors. it's funny because like if you have like a BOGO offer, for example, you don't want to basically show like make them add to the cart the first option that they've got selected from the selectors, because like that might be the less profitable one, lower AOV, all these type of things, right? So like what I always like to do as well is like make the button go all the way on top of the page so that people can still pick and choose what they want to choose and then add to cart. Like that for me always worked the best. That for me outperforms doing straight add to cart. But there are some specific scenarios where you don't have variant selectors, like then just adding to cart is like works the quickest. But I've always noticed having a sticky add to cart that scrolls to the top of the page outperforms, and it always outperforms having versus having no sticky add to cart. So always add a sticky add to cart, even if it just scrolls to the top of the page. Advice for cloud coding, Shopify themes. Right now, lots of back and forth for small things like increased font. To be honest, I haven't. I've been in development for like 13 or 14 years. So like for me, I'm way quicker by developing shit myself than like letting Claude do it, for example, especially when it comes to these tiny tweaks. That doesn't mean that I don't use Claude. I always use Claude to like get the base going, and then I fine tune it myself because it's just way quicker. Because I also noticed like in order to get Claude to fine tune like these tiny things, it's like an absolute pain in the fucking ass. Like it takes so long, it takes so many prompts, it takes so much back and forth to get it like right. Even if you provided screenshots, it doesn't really do it perfectly yet. One thing that I did notice though, if you tell it like, hey, I want my headings this font size and this font color and this, like then it works, but like still, it's like that extra step that you have to take in between the whole time and double check. I haven't found an optimal workflow in that yet myself either. Um, oh shit, so like you're on a completely different PDP for Resilia? Yeah, so like I think they're doing a complete like, let me open it in incognito. Let's see if I can force myself into the new one too. No, I cannot. Damn. But like they've been testing a lot. Like definitely like keep an eye on it, especially if you have supplements, like just keep an eye on it. Test some things. That doesn't, I'm not saying like everything you do like is the best. Definitely not. Like trust me, like I've seen some things that definitely don't perform. But like Roselia is a very good brand to get inspiration from. As long as you don't make it black hat, like they don't have any black hat stuff going on. But like I've seen brands all of a sudden go into a black hat route, and then like other brands are just blatantly copying that. And then obviously that's when you want to watch out. But Brasilia, in my opinion, has played it pretty safe across the last couple of months. So like definitely a good point to start taking inspiration from, 100%. What are your thoughts on the George from Arizona just purchased? Yeah, so this pop-up on the bottom left, I don't know. I haven't tested it yet. In my opinion, it's fucking annoying that I'm like on this PDP and the whole time on the bottom left I see like pop-ups coming in my face. Like it's nice that like people are buying it, but like I have this, I think people also understand that this is just fake, right? You can fake that thing as well. So I don't know. Like I don't know what the actual increase in CVR is from this, but I never really played around with it. Like my personal opinion is it's super annoying, but maybe I'm gonna test it for some brands this week and see what happens. Um, but it's just super annoying, especially when you're mobile. I think on mobile it takes up even more space. Yeah, like it takes up like what, like 10, 20% of your screen. So like let's say you're here, like you're like looking at the variants, and I hope it's gonna pop up now. Yeah, like it okay, it's not that terrible on second thought, but I would play around with it because pop-ups, most people find them annoying. So definitely be careful with them. So yeah, definitely. That also brings me on the point. Sorry that I'm rambling so much, guys. So like if I'm talking so quick, let me know because I literally am talking about like one item and my brain immediately thinks of like two, three more iterations you can do with that. Um, but like on the topic of actual pop-ups, I've tested having email pop-ups on or off on brands, and I did it with 3 or 4 brands. And for all those brands that I tested hiding the email pop-up, it actually outperformed hiding the email pop-up actually outperformed showing the email pop-up. So doesn't necessarily mean it's better, right? So like in terms of CVR, yes, your CVR will go up if you don't have an email pop-up, but if you get a significant amount of revenue from your email list and from your email traffic, don't hide your email pop-up. Like that's always what I tell brand. If it's like a detrimental increase in CVR or revenue, sure, you can think about like turning it off completely. But if it's like, let's say 1 or 2% or 3% extra CVR that you're gonna gain, it's not gonna be worth it because you're not collecting emails, you're not collecting all that shit. Just keep the email pop-up active. Like that's like what I always noticed. Sorry, I'm new here. Is everyone just selling subs and consumables? Most people are. It's because you can build a nice little monthly recurring revenue with supplements, right? Like with consumables. Like people come back to buy that product if they're satisfied about it. So like that's why a lot of people are running supplements and consumables right now. Buy one and buy one, get one free never made sense to me if the price is the same. To me, neither. Like, definitely. But, like, for some brands, it just works because, like, it always makes me think about, like, cinemas having popcorn, right? They've got small, medium, large, and then I think, like, the medium and the large are almost samely priced just so that you skip out of the small option, right? It's the same with, like, the buy one or the buy one, get one free. Like, that's probably why. Does offering a free ebook increase conversions? Good question. Personally, I think most people just don't even open the ebook. Like, let's be honest, like if you get an ebook, you're like, okay, nice, but like what am I going to do with it? But once again, there's a but. There's always a but. And I'm always gonna tell you to just test it out. You know me, like I'm always gonna test it. I'm like a data guy. I haven't tested it yet, so like I would test it. But I have a friend that sells testosterone supplements. I'm working with some pretty big testosterone supplement brands. Um, Seeing them including guides on actually how to increase your testosterone, how to increase your life, and all these things, yes. I actually was surprised by the ebook that my friend put together. Obviously, I can unfortunately not share this, but like he sells supplements brands and he actually gives advice how to increase your life and how to increase your performance and all that stuff. And I'm a person that deals with like I was sick last week once again, and I deal with that a lot, right? Like I work so much that like every single 2 weeks I have a day where I get like sickish. Um, and that ebook generally gave me tips that I'm going to implement. So like if you do your ebook well, I would say yes, people will look into it and will actually use it. But like most ebooks are just a put together ChatGPT ebook that no one will ever read. So like they can increase conversions, but like yeah, it's something that I would test because obviously people beforehand cannot see the actual contents of the ebook. So it's going to be a little bit like hard to make them understand what's really going on in there. What tool are you using to do these A/B tests? Always intelligence. To be honest, like I don't really like their pricing, but I've made a deal with them that like I can give anyone 10% off. So just let me know and I can get you hooked up with that. But I always use intelligence. All the brands who work with use intelligence. I talked to some brands that worked with other CRO agencies. They also always use intelligence, or some agencies use a custom software. But then again, like I don't know how trustworthy a custom software is from an agency because, like, for example, if I would say like, "Hey, we're gonna do a custom software that we're gonna use for A/B testing for you," then how do you know as a brand that I'm not manipulating results on the back end, right? So I always use intelligence for that specific reason, and also because I can test content, I can test prices, I can test everything, which other A/B testing softwares don't really allow you to do. How would you structure buy boxes to maximize conversion? while clearly highlighting price anchoring, free shipping thresholds, and per pack value. Should the buy boxes show the per pack price while the main add to cart, or is there a better way to present both without creating friction or confusing? So right here, Resilia shows the price for the whole pack, right? So what I always like to do as well, it's like something I would like to test, but like usually showing just a total price works better. But if you do the price per pack here, show the total price here above the fold and show the total price in the CTA button. Like definitely do that. But usually just showing the total prices is a little bit better as long as you show like the savings in the buy boxes, right? Like once again, the way Resilia does it, like these guys do it as well. I think, yeah, this one as well, like this works as well. I would always show the total price. Once again, if you want to test the price per piece, do it. But like once again, it really is a hit or miss. But if you do it, like show the total price here and then you add to cart. And also, what I would do in this case as well, you can show the 30-day supply, 90-day supply, 150-day supply, but I would also just show literally here the savings. Then if you show the supply here, add like a small batch behind the variant title, that basically shows the savings. That's how I would do it in that case. Let's see, 1 second. What was the biggest recent performance lift you've done for a client, and what were the tests that did? So it really depends per brand. It really does. Usually the biggest winners come from the least amount of work of in terms of like hours, right? Like we sometimes have brands and like they get pissed because like something took 5 minutes to set up and they're like, yeah, dude, I could have done that myself. I'm like, yeah, of course you could have done that, but like you didn't think of it, right? Like that's why I come in. I think about these things. And that's what I noticed with like a lot of brands. Even we work with like brands that do like 10, 20 million a month. Like even for these guys, just doing a content test, right? Just changing a word on a page or just like changing a sentence increases revenue sometimes by 5%. And for a brand doing 10 to 20 million a month, that's like hundreds of thousands of extra monthly revenue just by changing a word or a sentence. So like that's what I notice a lot. Like those are the tests that perform the best, are just the low hanging fruits and the simplest tests that only take a couple of minutes to set up. Like don't once again, you can do big tests, but like your PDP is probably already performing. So like why would you spend hours on like trying to think of like these out of world ideas when you've got like literally psychology on your side that you can utilize to increase conversions, right? So like that's what I've seen working. And like the funniest example of that is like a brand had reviews on their listicle way above on the page, and I just hit that in an A/B test, and for them it added like 300,000 in additional monthly revenue, like just by hiding that element. So those are like I've seen big lifts all across the board. For example, that price test I was talking about, like showing the price here above the fold, like that has been adding so many so many has been adding so much revenue as well. So like there's so many tests, so many small tests that like add such a significant gain. It's almost too many to go one by one with, because like I just blast them out. Obviously, I do my research into like customer surveys, best performing ads, like heat maps, all that shit. But like I literally blast out sometimes 4 or 5 at the same time, and like 2 or 3 of them win. And like that's like for some brands like 1 million in extra revenue a month. So like that's for us like what I've seen like having the best lifts or the biggest performance lifts is like the small tests. Like people really underestimate the small tests. Like people are so obsessed with the bigger things that I think like stop obsessing over the big things and just start focusing on the small things first. What are your thoughts on countdown timers? They work. Like I always ask brands like, hey, you want to add countdown timers to your page? Are you against that? And if they're not against that, I always do it. always. Like I even have like this small countdown timer that I always add here, right above here, somewhere, I think, that literally just says, for example, spring sale and then counts down 45 minutes. Like, dude, that one, fuck me, bro. Like that one is performing like insane. Um, so yeah, countdown timers always work. Any general advice slash tips for stores in the jewelry niche? Yes, like I've got one brand. Is a dude, I'm way too rusty right now. Let me see. No, it's not them. Ah, there we go. New Amour. New Amour, in my opinion, is a jewelry brand, and I hope they didn't fuck up stuff. Is, in my opinion, a brand, especially when it comes to the PDPs, that knows what they're doing. That being said, obviously they've got a lot of room of improvement, but this, for example, this is 100% fake. Like this is something that they're testing right now. Actually, I'm not a fan. Jesus, like what happened? Um, yeah, there's like I don't know what they did, but yeah, I mean, it's a good PDP, right? Like something that I always notice with jewelry brands is like on the collection pages, that's like where like most decisions get made. So like adding this works always very well, like these collection cards with like the offer, that works well. But like I would show it on position three and then seven and then like in between like three or four products, not as the first one, because like it makes no sense. Um, that's what I notice a lot. And I noticed that like the homepage, especially for like a lot of brands in general, the homepage is like what performs really well for jewelry brands, but like also just other brands, of course. You always have like basically um, customers that churn away from your PDP, right? So like you want to make them re-enter the flow. So like homepage is way more important than people think it is. Let's see the PDP. The PDP is fine. This works pretty good. Now the German 100% German owned thing is gone, so like they're probably A/B testing that. This I would get rid of. The upsells are good. This works good if you actually have people that are famous and that are recognizable. Um, this position is a little bit weird, but this is overall a pretty decent PDP. But like in my opinion, they kind of screwed it up a little bit. They used to have a way better one. I'm not gonna lie. But like for jewelry brands, collection page is probably your first point of focus, because yeah, that's like where people just shop. Jacob says to charge for shipping. What do you think? It's something that I would test once again, but yes, I agree with Jacob. I always noticed that charging for shipping outperforms free shipping because people are willing to pay for shipping if they think if that because it makes them think that the product will actually arrive, right, and it will actually arrive well. So like free shipping basically underperforms by quite a bit, in my opinion. Um, so I would charge for shipping, but I would A/B test that against a free shipping threshold, like you say as well, just to see what your customers actually are interested in when it comes to that. Um, let's see. I noticed some stores like Elair have custom built sections, even though they are Stripe home. So in Shopify backend, let me see if I can pull this up. They basically just create custom sections. That's what they do. They basically go into the code file of the theme, and like you can just um, basically show like customize the what's it called? Customize the theme. So like that's how they do it. Like in there as well, right? I saved them, right? Did I? There we go. I did. So for example, everything is custom here, but like that's just because like this is custom. Like I've got this section. Like I can send it in here if anyone wants it. I literally have this developed out. So like I have this one. This is also custom. Like you could just create custom sections and it just develop it like that. You got an example for the 45-minute timer you could show. I cannot show it because I only have it on brands that we worked with. Um, do I? Yeah. But what I will do, and I'll leave a note in here for my as well, is like send code for 40 minutes countdown, and then send Brasilia section with percentages. I'm going to send these codes in here later today, probably in this CRO optimization channel or whatever works best for you guys. But like those are the two that I will definitely send over later today. I saw there's an X. Is this something you would test or have tested? Sorry, guys. I haven't actually tested that yet. I don't know how it would perform. I definitely would test it out, but it could come across a little bit tacky, because like you're showing it in the card, right? So like, I don't know. I don't know how it would perform. It's something that I definitely would check out. Um, what are 5 to 10 brands that you always take inspiration from? Brasilia is definitely on top of the list for supplement brands. Um, there's so many, dude. Like, if I don't know if it shows, but like I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I've got 14 in this folder, and then I've got this folder that has like also a fuckload of them. So like I just check everywhere. And I also use this tool, like I use brand search a lot. So like I paid for an account here because I use it so much, dude. But like I usually go into like discovery, it like shows all the ads and shit. But like what it does as well, right? For example, when I'm on Resilia, it shows me info about the store, like this you need to take with a little bit of grain of salt. But like it also shows competitors. So like for example, now I can see like, oh, this brand, for example, also sells something close to Resilia. I don't fucking know. But like then I can I just check so much. Like it's probably like I don't scroll Instagram or anything. I scroll brand search. Like I just try to find brands that are performing. And like for example, if I'm in jewelry, I would like go to brand library and then jewel. Let me see. Jewelry. Oh Jesus, I've got a new keyboard. I'm still getting used to it. There we go. And I just check here and I get jewelry brands and then I can just check them like, okay, like what are they testing? What do they have? Right? So like I go to here, I just go through the stores. So like that's how I get inspiration. I literally don't have a set specific stores that I check. I have per brand, I check specific stores. If that makes sense, per industry. I check just whatever shows up here, what the client sends me, etc., etc. Like that's how I usually do my research, to be completely honest. So like there's a fuckload of ways that I check basically to other brands. Your opinion on hiding the header on PDP so people don't click on home? Um, I would not do that. I would show the header because it makes it feel like an actual website and not like a Word document. Um, and I would definitely, once again, optimize your home hero, especially because, like, if people go to your home, you want to make them re-engage with the actual funnel or like with your actual product. So, like, that's how I usually would do it. Um, Let me see. Can you analyze this funnel from pre-lender to PDP? Let's fucking do it. I'm gonna drink a little bit. So, how I look at this page, right? And this is also how I come up with testing ideas. It's like you see here, like fastest clinically proven way to get rid of strawberry skin. Like, there's probably a best performing angle, but like ad angle, but like this is something that I always A/B test. Like I just throw a fuckload of tests on the header on listicles advertorials, like a fuckload. Like it's one of those things that you can just very easily test, like adding a word or like top 5 fastest clinically proven ways to get rid of strawberry skin, like shit like that, right? Like just constantly A/B testing this works well. This works good too. I wouldn't necessarily show the date of today. Oops, sorry. But I would definitely just show a date, like especially like within the last 4 weeks, like definitely that. But like for the rest, this looks well. The patient who changed everything. Let's see. Okay, this is just one thing that I do notice though. It's like not showing enough human-like factors, if that makes sense. Like it shows like images, but it doesn't show the. I'm gonna view this on mobile. That's probably why. Um, Let me quickly check. Yeah, so maybe this is just something that like depends on customers, right? But like maybe having like an image a little bit higher on the page could perform better. Um, Education that shook my profession. This is good. Make sure like these lines should definitely want to get rid of. Maybe you can do a CTA in here. Like this is something that I would definitely test, like shop now, and it just scrolls to the bottom, something like that. Um, I mean, overall, it's a pretty solid structure, right? But like, just clean up the styling a little bit, like the paddings, all these things, make it a little bit cleaner, add a little bit more images, actually show faces of customers too, like show them smiling or show them actually in trouble, like let them show an emotion. That's what I noticed works a lot. Works pretty good. This is pretty good too. I would probably A/B test hiding this entire section, see the effect of ingredients into the buying decision of the customer. Uh, okay, this goes immediately to the PDP. Okay. Let's see. I would not do, if you do a 7-day transformation, do it also vertically. Like, don't do it horizontally. Like, people are probably like not gonna press around too much. Like, make it a scroll. Like, just show it all in a scroll, basically. This is good before and afters. You might even want to show this a little bit sooner, probably. And then, okay, this good. Maybe you could A/B test this, showing like show shop now, something like that. Then, okay. Like this is like one of the biggest mistakes I see is like immediately showing before and afters. One thing that I would do is like clean up the first PDP because like there's too much. This is too much. This is information overhaul. You've got like a basically a what's it called, a sticker, let's just say packaging sticker that's already filled with a fuckload of information, and then you've got like 8 points around it as well. Like just clean this up, like don't talk about too many points yet, just have like one sentence and reviews. Like that's what I would do. I would do this a little bit later in the line. I would basically get these USPs out, show that in a separate image, a second image, then show a before and after, then show the certificate, then talk a little bit about the lifetime, about like the usage and all these things. So definitely some room of improvement there. Then once again, I would show the pricing here. Um, I would do this selection below the actual variant quantity selection. Like, so I would do the subscribe and save below here. Because like usually people want to first select the quantity and then decide if to subscribe and save, right? So like that's what I would test. This I would A/B test showing this yes or no. Adding that price here. Here you want to maybe do like 4.9 out of 5. I know something very small, but something that works. I would A/B test also having that scroll turned off because sometimes having that scroll turned off actually outperforms. You have a money back guarantee, but it's like a little bit hidden. So like maybe you want to add that in your add to cart button. A/B test showing this. Express shipping, okay, but what does the express shipping mean? Explain what it means. Does it mean I receive it in 6 days, in 10 days? Like, what does it mean? Or when does it actually ship by? This is okay. Overall, pretty solid, but like just some small improvements, to be honest. Um, sorry, I have to keep it a little bit shorter because we're already almost like 90 minutes into this. Um, but like that's just some like small points of improvements, definitely. Can you send the 14 brand list? I will try my best to like get them all. Can I export? Can I just like copy them all? I will figure out how I can do that, and then I will definitely send them over in here. No worries at all. Um, I got you. Let me add that to my list really quickly. There we go. And then three, send 14 brands in Chrome folder. There you go. What is your opinion on using constant fake discounting? And does it cheapen the brand or make the customer suspicious? I mean, it works. Is it legal? No. So I would be careful with it because I've seen a lot of fucking lawsuits being taken place lately, especially with the bigger brands that do like constant discounting, right? Like they're getting like sued and all that shit. This is one lawyer that I follow on Twitter. I think like everyone follows him. Like he shows all of them, and like they've been going nuts the last couple of weeks slash months with like lawsuits. So like definitely be careful with them. But that being said, they do work, but like just be careful with them. Like if you don't have to run it, don't run it. Basically what I do, right? So like when okay, so like basically what I do now that I think of it, right? So like Reserve, for example, they have like Easter sale, shop now and get up to 70% off and a countdown timer. Perfect, works. But then as soon as Easter is done, I usually do like the shipping threshold here. I do like free shipping from $50 and then a small line and then shop now, a CTA, shop now, CTA. Like that's how I usually do it. Like and that performs pretty solid. Like it performs pretty well, and that way the brand is not at risk of getting fucking sued. So that's how I usually do that. Um, what menu options would you recommend? Do you like with menu options? Do you like what people see like in here, for example, or what do you mean with that? What's requirements to work with you? I mean, I don't really have a lot of fucking requirements. Like, it's just like if you can afford to work with us, work with us. Like, that's literally it. Like, I started my agency like years ago, basically to help people out, and I still want to just help everyone I can. So, like, if we can, we probably can work together. Like, generally, as long as you have enough visitors to A/B test on, like, we should be chilling. Um, let's see. Hiding header in PDP. No, no, definitely don't. I would just leave the header all the damn time. Like, just let people browse around if they want to browse around. Like, just make sure that they can always like get back into the funnel. Like, that's the biggest takeaway with that. Just make sure that they can always go back into the funnel. Let them browse if they want to browse, but like, don't hide the header because it can come off as like basically it can feel like you're trapping them, right? Like trapping them in a page. So just leave it like that. Have you seen any tests you can do that reduce drop off from checkout to conversion? Yes, so we're doing a lot of checkout tests. Actually, if that's what you mean. And it's like, actually, I think who does this? I think HeyShape does this. Do they? I don't know. Let's see what HeyShape is doing. Oh shit, they are already. Oh fuck yes, they do. So this is something I've been testing a lot, right? This countdown timer works. What the fuck did it just open? Okay, so I closed that and it opened it. Interesting. So this is something that always works. Like this countdown timer. No, not always. Sorry, I retract that statement immediately. Like it doesn't always work, but it works like 8 out of 10 times, 7 out of 10 times, really depending on brand. This works pretty well. This, like the testimonials, works insanely well. Like I've been testing this with a lot of brands the last couple of days. I've seen it work like literally perform with any of them. Um, then instead of an upsell, I usually do like USPs here, like three USPs or something like that, like about the shipping, the money back guarantee, like, and then it's just some like packages delivered or something like that. That always works, and that's basically how we usually see like going like increasing the conversion rate on the checkout page. To be completely honest, sticky add to card. I think do I have a code for that? I probably do. Give me until tomorrow to get that all like collected for you guys. For sticky, I'd say. I'm just like using this now as my personal to-do list. But like, give me until tomorrow to get that sorted for you guys. But I got you. Low stock alert. So I've seen this on Twitter like a lot. I haven't tested it yet. I literally built something for a brand that is on Shopify Plus so that we can A/B test it. So like we're probably going to A/B test it this week because I haven't been able to launch the test yet. But I want to test that this week for a brand. So like I will definitely keep you updated on that to see what happens with if we actually test that basically. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna give like 10 more seconds to fire away as much questions as you guys have. Like I've got time, so just let me know, and otherwise I'm gonna fucking A/B test some shit. I hope that at least like you guys are learning some. Yeah, I have a recording. My Loom is recording. Cam asked me to turn it on, so like I will send that um to Cam so like he can distribute that later. Yeah, we did talk about offers, but not too much. Like basically what we said is like the buy one get one free, like the BOGO offer basically always performs still the best. Like I noticed like you have always also brands that do like buy one get 20% off, buy two get 25% off. To be honest, BOGO, in my opinion, is still king. Like that's what I still see perform the best for a lot of brands and a lot of industries. So like that's what I always tell brands to stick to be completely honest, if you can do it as a brand. So let me see. What are some big conversion killers you've seen a lot of clients using on their pages? I think like doing too much. Like it's very hard to explain, but it's like information overloading the customer from the get-go. Um, I think that's the biggest mistake. Mm, it's like what I also see on listicles and advertorials. It's like I sometimes just test hiding shit. Like I'm like, why are you showing this? It's like it's nothing specific that I can think of, right? Because like every brand has things that I would say like maybe you would should hide this, right? Or maybe you should show this. So I don't really have like general things that I would say like, hey, like these are like some killers that I see a lot because like everything can work basically for any brand given. Like that's the reason why. But like sometimes I notice like too much reviews, too much information, too much trying, like too much trying basically is like what I usually see being big conversion killers. Like that's when I tell basically people to just chill the fuck out and just hide shit. Like that's what I do. Okay, also for subs, because LTV, and when do you recharge them if you give them 90-day supply? So this is actually funny because we did this for a brand and they weren't in supplements, but they were selling some other stuff in the beauty space. It's still a consumable. But like first we did like, okay, you buy one, you get a recharge every 30 days. You buy two, you get a recharge every 60 days. And you buy the three, get two free one, and you get the refill every 90 days. Like we just swapped that to sending it every 30 days. Like we were like, fuck it, let's see what happens. So actually just shipping out every 30 days outperforms. So it's definitely that's worth testing out to just send it every fucking month. Like that's what I sometimes test, and sometimes it even outperforms because there are some customers that buy it not only for themselves but also as gifts, right? So like they like if they get it every 30 days, they can at least gift one away to a friend or a family, or people can just like split the bill by the two of them and like be cheaper, right? Like that's usually what I see happen with those brands. So like if you can test it, test sending it every 30 days. What is the minimum amount of traffic you'd suggest to have before A/B testing? It's not necessarily traffic. Yes, it comes out of traffic, but it's more so orders. So like I always want to have in one A/B test at least 500 orders before I can say, okay, this is a statistical significance. That's usually what I go off of. What type of review works best? Usually above the fold UGC content, so like actually people talking with your product. And then below it, I would always do something that basically uses your best performing ad angle. That's what I always would use. Like, so if people are dealing with knee pain, just say like, oh my God, within like 3 days, my knee pain was gone. Like stuff like that, right? Basically make sure that you still are hitting the actual ad angles the best. And that was, do you need a review section at the bottom? Yes. Yeah. Like it's like a typical flow, right? Like it's like going to the supermarket and knowing that the fruits and vegetables are basically first and then bread and like then this. Like it's the same when it comes to PDP. People expect there to be a review section at the bottom of the page. So I always would do a review section at the bottom of the page. 100%. All right, guys. I think that was it. My throat is absolutely fucking up. I've been drinking water like crazy. I hope, I generally hope I could help you guys and help you guys answer your questions. Maybe we should do another call, like Cam, like let me know if you're down for that. But like maybe we should do another call in like a couple of weeks where like you just sent me a fuckload of PDPs that you want me to go through and I'll just dissect them and like go through them. I'm 100% down to do that with you guys as well. I don't fucking care. Like I'm here. I want to help you guys. So like, just let me know. I'll discuss it with Cam. If I have to, I'll do a sparring session with him and beat him up and like make sure that I can actually win and like show you guys some sauce. But like, I think that would be a very fun next one to do in a couple of weeks time. So like, just let me know if you guys are down and like, we'll do something like that. Awesome, guys. Really was a pleasure. Really was like good questions as well, like very good questions. Like if there's any other questions, just let them know. Like just tag me in the builders chat, just DM me. Be patient with me because like I have a fuckload of client communications to pick up as well the like, next couple of hours because like of my illness. But if there's anything, just message me. I got you. I'm down to check everything. Just bear with me a little bit with my response time. And then in the meantime, I'll talk to Cam to set up another call in the future. Awesome, guys. I'm gonna send this recording to Cam too, so that like you can all watch it back. And then enjoy the rest of your Sunday, guys, or Monday if you're in Australia. So talk to you in the chat, guys. Take care. Bye bye. Damn. Oh shit, I'm still recording. Fuck.